You know, you, you know, the more that I do these videos, the more I don't want to make anything be a habit. Like, I don't want to, like, just do something habitual. I notice that so many YouTubers are doing that. And it gets boring because it's not real. Because it's oh, I do this because of that. And we can feel this. Everyone can feel this. Oh, this is the script. Oh, this is the part where, this is the part where there's, this is the, and when we feel that, we're like, okay. You know? And what is that? What part of you is recognizing that? We're gonna show you that you are all psychic. What is it? What part of you is recognizing that? Even how dim you've made it. It's your feelings. That's what those feelings are. That means that when someone is saying something and there is an alternative something, energy signature, carrier, something that can be picked up by your body. Sometimes those are like so much like sales tactics and manipulation to get people to sell and command, and like it's all like very linked to power play. And so that's what most of the system is built up on, is manipulation and control. That's not the world that we want to live in. We've tried to have some relationships like that, and that didn't work. Not at all. Eventually, if you cater to anything like that, eventually you're gonna drive yourself to further and further disconnect. That's what happens there. This was our awakening. We went through that. And although it was very challenging, it was not a very easy experience. It was us withstanding a lot of attack, verbally, manipulation, mixed in with a lot of truths as well. Sort of like the first part was truth, the other part is when things went south. And what's that? That's Gaia saying, hey, pack your bags, it's done. I didn't get it. I was just going by the automatic. You know? It's really good to recognize that. What actually happened. It's so important with your voice, to bring in your voice in everything, to keep your space clean. Your focus is important. Your focus is what dictates what's going to happen. And depending on how you look at it, it will sort of open up into more of surprise and delight, or it will sort of like go the other way. Sometimes most people fling sort of back and forth in different ratios, depending on their focus. And so that's why we like to get to the bottom of things. What is really going on here? What is really going on? And look at that, so that you correct these core things, so that you don't go around thinking that everything is fine when there's like a big disconnect that once you fix that, you're more plugged in. We sort of look at ourselves like it's human energy, but it's sort of like electric wires. It's just in thought. It's different. And we're looking for that feeling of connection when someone is speaking. Ah, there it is. Like our body, this is the same thing. Your body is the one that is telling you. But for that, you have to pay attention to it. If you ignore and have ignored your body for a couple of years now, even, it doesn't take long before you start to drift out again. That's why it's so important to stay in the center and keep course correct. And when you observe that you're drifting out in certain areas, that's what we're doing every 13. And this today is a 13 day. This is day number 1 actually in this cycle. And what happens with that cycle, this is what we've called calibrate. This is when we calibrate our frequency. And in those cycles, they repeat. They are scales of a piano, like do 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 do, and then you jump up to the next one. This is pretty much what happens. Literally, it's like do 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 do, and then if you made it, you go to the next level. You know, if you were able to receive and correct your energy to receive more light, and that is literally more energy. That is Gaia. Gaia is playing with you. That's a game that you can have. It's a choice. You can play the logical game and follow along with whatever they're doing, the news and what's going on and what this one says and what that, we have to, But that's just perpetuating the hoo-ha, right? This is about, really seeing the truth of what we have fallen for, you know? This is the most loving thing that we can do. This is the most loving thing that we can do, to tell people the truth, even if it stings a little. You know, it's better that it stings a little and you're going the right direction than if someone is just like, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, you know, like treating people like babies is not helping anyone. Yeah, treat people like, let people, almost like they hear, let people play until they don't need it anymore. It's almost like they think of it as, extend the youth for as long as you can, because one day you'll be like me and have lots of crazy, you know, like it's so ingrained in people's behavior that's like, it's just right under your nose sometimes. And some people go around doing this all the time. When you finally learn the truth, even if it stings, eventually you'll be grateful. Eventually. Unless you judge and project and make stories that may or may not be accurate. It will definitely be accurate from whatever it is reasoning that you're finding out. But that doesn't need to be in alignment with energetic truth about the situation. That's so important. That's what we're teaching. We are teaching truth. And in a world filled with lies and manipulation, truth stings a little. And it can trigger. Absolutely. But if you realize that those painful things is like an awareness. something was painful in my body. Why can something on the outside bring pain in my body? It must be because I didn't see it. That's always the case. But it takes a little bit of, getting over these ego things of like, oh no, I'm fine and you're the one that's, like it's a lot of things that it's so good to let go of, and this is what will heal everyone eventually. And that is to see the energetic truth. That's the truth of the body, the truth of what your body is trying to tell you all along. The things that if you've trained from the mind a lot, you think you know it all. But if you're ignoring the body, you are simply a fool. Depending on where you look, right? In the grander scheme of things, if you don't take your body into consideration, that is not smart. You're not going to be judged. Everyone that is truly on this journey to healing knows that everyone is where they're at, and it's okay. And when you're asking for an upgrade and you get it, be grateful. Because it is through the body that your power is gained. Through the alchemization and the feeling of the feelings of the body. If the feelings go to either blaming or verbal or action, then those are 3 different ones based on 3 different chakras of how severe this pattern is, let's say, if it's a pattern that we're talking about in this case. So the first is just the awareness. That means that it goes down and it comes up to the awareness. And then maybe you have trained yourself to not speak what you really mean, so there's a stop there. Maybe there might not be even awareness of it. And then, like there are all these, and then action is the doing part. So find out where what it is that you're feeling, and then figure out, do I need to say something? Is there something that is bothering me that I don't understand? Or is this all just my stuff and I'm like, oh, okay. Breathe through it. Call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, the Galactic Family of Light, Gaia, and assist me with all of this. Please show me what I need to see in order to get some balance here. It is how you work with different things when it comes up, and recognize logically what's going on in the human from a grander perspective, which is how your soul sees it, which is the masculine. It is the masculine. It is the knower, the one that knows, or the one that's supposed to know is what what we say very often. The one that's supposed to know, that does know is know, but pretends to know, and all of these things, right? And all of that you can find out with the body. But first, in order to find that out, you have to stop with them yourself. You have to let go of the habits in order to feel what's actually going on in your environment. That's the trick. When you truly feel what's going on, when you have harmonized something, let's say lying is a very obvious thing. People, usually don't lie, but sometimes they don't want to hide certain things, so they want to be portrayed as this, or don't say this because then they will think this, and then there's so much manipulation going on, and then pretending to be, oh, I don't know, but then you actually do. You know, it's a lot of sneakiness, and those things are just to be recognized and lessened more and more. But first, there needs to be seen, it needs to be recognized. Because if there's projection, that means it wasn't accepted, right? Or misinterpreted can also happen. And then it's of course a healthy thing is to ask for clarity. Don't just assume and go into attack, right? But ask for clarity. There's a lot of these things that is healthy for just every human being to inject when you're talking to another individual. So that there is a respect here, that we do respect each other's spaces. That's important. Because each have its own sort of nucleus. Like it's such a magical thing, your human body in energy, when you start to get to know it. You start to get to know what your flavor is and how you can feel other people. This is what dogs have innately, and then they go sniff and all of that stuff. They don't have the inhibitions that humans do. Oh, I can't go and sniff someone. In some cultures you can kiss, and then of course you can sniff a little bit too, I guess. But if it's too obvious, the other person will feel it. You know, like it's. This is really what we're reawakening in people, is this primal senses. And what we want to show you is just that it's so much more than just like sexual urges or something like that. It's so much more, because you get to tell everything that's going on. You get to tell who is just interested in one thing. You get to tell who is just full of himself or herself. You get to tell who is just not interested but very interested in some people pouring into them. You know, like there are so many things, and you get to read all of it live. That is you using a capability of the body. There are many of these capabilities, much more than this. These are just the basics that we are finally learning to land into. And Gaia is assisting us with this. When you start to work with her like this, she will respond, and you will be able to tell when she responds to you. That's how wonderful this system is. It is every single one has this capability. And this is intuition. And then, of course, you can have areas that needs more blossoming. And all what that needs is focus, 28 days, write it down, and that's the focus. So everything you do every day is in service to that goal. You see? That's what we have done. We are preparing to go live. We have prepared with these Haya sessions in a very one-on-one, no, not even, in a very solo way, let's say. Like it's a very internal process. And because we go so deep, it sort of happens after the private session, you know? And then after, it's like we go so deep and we can't, it's like the level of depth can only happen when there is openness, and usually there is a ceiling that can be happened when we're together with someone, and then later more gets revealed. It's sort of like the later cycle of that. But because we've done it, we've gone through those cycles, we can translate them for people, and that literally becomes a really big upgrade for you. And you can there can be experiences of energy, and you will feel sort of like, you can feel hot, you can feel cold, there can be a lot of changes in the body, and those are distortions of energy that got shown, seen, came to the surface. The more you keep doing and exposing yourself more to the truth, the more distortions can't stay in your field. Simply. And these might be distortions that might not be consciously recognized by the mind sometimes. It's just sort of in feeling. And that is what is being called, when it's like that, then that is unconscious. But that doesn't mean it needs to stay unconscious. You know, we are here to take the unconscious and make it conscious so that we can integrate. That is getting more light. And we do it every single day. And we do it like this. You know, we do it like this. And the body, this can't be forced. This is also what we want to say. This can't be forced. Everyone is ready for what they are ready for. Right? It can't be, you're not getting more than what you can handle, is what that means. And Gaia trusts you to handle this. You know? It's okay. Everyone is at different stages, and it's just so important that we start to become honest with one another again, so that we don't perpetuate like some kind of arbitrary system outside of us type of thing. That we connect with the body and Gaia, and then we connect to this real world again. The world that is beneath our feet, and how energy works and how we relate to one another again. Because I don't want to live in a world where everyone is relating to each other through like some kind of AI thing. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, what? Right? So we are being very selfish. We are sharing all of these things so that we can get some playmates here in this holistic perspective. It's actually really like that. And so much more as well, because there are so many other beings that is working and that we are allowing through as well. So if you feel drawn to take this a step further, there's links below. And if you haven't started one yet, if you haven't done one yet, or if you've stopped for some reason, oh. It's all okay, of course. We totally get life is life, you know. We have started and stopped as well in our practice many times, only to realize that when we stopped, we went back again. And when we kept it up is when the momentum kept going better and better. And that is our service to you, to truly learn how this works so that you can program yourself for success every single day. That's really what this is. And once you see things from this holistic perspective and you start to act this way, boy, your life will take a turn. Sometimes it seems to go down, because sometimes you need to go down to fix up some stuff, some perspectives, and some distorted energies that was hiding down there that you didn't deal with the last time. We're here to deal with them. And they're not something to be feared. It's just a habit that something has been projected, and you're here to bring it back. Bring it back. Stand strong in who you are. Trust in who you are. Trust in your own energy. Connect with your own energy. Listen to your own source. Sometimes they come through people. Right? Know which part is for you and which part is not for you right now. You don't have to take everything on board. No need to overwhelm. Just one thing at a time. Let Gaia show you. If things is overwhelmed, let things just calm down, and then let Gaia show you the next thing that needs to be tackled. You know, it can be overwhelming to see a lot about your own life right like that. Are you ready for that much energy? It's a good test. We're going to do some breathing together. Usually, after we have done some channeling, we feel that it's very beneficial, because once we have corrected perspectives, this is what all of these Gaia sessions, they're working like this. We're correcting perspectives, and once we have enough corrections of the mind in a particular subject, it's like it unlocks something, and then new energy is trickling through the body, literally. So if you don't only listen to these from your mind, but you also feel them and feel the corrections and allow for that integration, that's how you can use these Gaia remedies the best. They are working really deep to correct certain things. And sometimes the body will start to course correct things just in energy. Sometimes, if you don't, sometimes you can just have it silent in the background. You don't even have to listen to the words. And the frequency, you can work with the frequency of the tracks, because they are inspiring the body. It's sort of like a tuning fork. It's working like a tuning fork when you listen to them. And then you can work in meditation with them. It's a lot of deep work can happen when you are working with integrating energetic truth. Until you don't need it anymore, that particular frequency, and then your body will just be fine. It's like, oh yeah, this was nothing. This was like, oh yeah, I'm just relaxing type of thing, So, and it depends. Sometimes you might need it again. Depends. Depends on how you are maneuvering your energy. All right. We're going to let you go. Thank you so much. Please leave a comment, share. Oh, we're going to do some breathing. That's right. Okay, let's do some breathing. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. I'm just going to do a few rounds of breathing. You can follow your own tempo. You don't have to go in our tempo, but it is suggested unless you know that you're connected to your own intuition. So don't come up with ideas and just listen to whatever, because that may be other influences as you are clearing through these things. And just be aware of that. And make sure that you are, yeah. Let's start. Yeah, so we're going to breathe a few times, some deeper exhales, deeper inhales, and then we're going to do some breath hold out, and then breath holds in, and then neutralize. It's quite simple. When we do the breath holds, there is no competition. You follow what your body needs. Sometimes you can get a little bit lightheaded, so it's smart to lay down. And you ready? You are responsible for your own body. This is just suggestions, so feel into your own body and all of that jazz, right? Okay. Just take a few deep breaths. And let go. And as you breathe in, tight, and let go. We are working on the second chakra, sacral chakra. Focus on feeling your body and relaxing deeper into the body. Pay attention to the vibration that your sound is making in your body. Get ready to hold. Push out, push out, squeeze out. Okay, so now we're going to do breath of fire through the mouth. This is loosening. This is loosening some tension in the belly. That's what we're feeling, and that's what we're working on. And hold. relax and stay alert. Just allow Jeshua, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Gaia, Galactic Family of Light, assistance with clearing these distortions. Ooh, open up the star and the earth portal now. Ooh, feel for that increase in energy. When there is an increase in energy, you will feel more distortions, certain areas. Ooh, we can feel the back of the heart getting worked on now. We can feel the throat, a specific area here. We can feel the base chakra, second chakra. If you're interested in more of these Heya sessions, there's also links in the bio for that. If you want to stay here longer, you are more than welcome to allow this energy and just keep breathing. Ooh, like this. Ooh. Just allow whatever happens in your body to take place and allow for whatever pain you may be feeling. Allow that. Just allow that to be what it's at. Don't make up any stories. Just feel it. Acknowledge that there's a feeling there and just work with it. There is a correlation between the thoughts and the feelings. Alright, stay here for as long as you want. We'll talk to you again in the next one. Thank you. Ciao.